Hey everybody, it's Tammy at tammybracketdesigns.etsy.com. I hope that you are having a really good day. I am processing some junk today. It's packaging and cardboard and things like that I have gotten in the mail or that I've acquired one way or the other that it's basically junk that I turn into elements for my art journals and other art projects. I'm not feeling my best today, and I'm kind of croaky and got a sore throat, but so I don't really feel like sitting down and concentrating on anything, so I thought this would be a good project today. This is kind of a good one for when you just might not feel quite so great and you might be a little bit under the weather. So that's why I am processing stuff, and let's face it, just getting stuff out of the way and creating space, then that's a good way. That's a healing thing anyway, right? So getting some junk out of the way and turning it into other cool things. Today I'm working on some plastic packaging that I'm going to turn into art glass, and I'm working on some packaging and cardboard elements that I'll turn into journaling cards and art trading cards. And then I've been getting these sticker things in the mail from stamps.com, and I'm turning those into other elements for my art, because I did try stamps.com. It didn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you. It might work for you. It just didn't work for me. And I'm also trying to kind of figure out what to do with these tape runner thingies that I use. That's a hunk of plastic. So I'm looking for a way to kind of redo some of that plastic into an element that I can use for art. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is process some plastic packaging into some art glass. I learned this from the fabulous Jenny Belly. And Jenny can turn, honestly, any kind of trash into something beautiful. She's very inspiring. You can find Jenny at journalworkshops.ning.com, or you can find her at jennybellystudio.blogspot.com. The way this works is, if you purchase stuff like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever you shop for your craft supplies, they're usually packaged in some sort of plastic stuff, right? So what I do is I cut the plastic apart. So you've got something that, is just a plastic sheet. I don't think like a page protector would really work for this. It really does have to have a little bit of sturdiness to it. And it's quite simple. You use, what I'm using is, I'm using some glitter glue. And I put the glitter glue on here. And I'm going to spread it around with an old paintbrush. Like this. Oh, that was really gloppy, gluey glitter glue. So you're just going to paint it on. As best you can. And then you're going to let this dry. It's really gloppy and gloopy. Let me see if I can. Aha! Yay! Okay. Fingers work best. Okay, now remember this is sticky, and it's going to take a long time to dry. So we might not finish this whole process, but you can go to jennybellystudio.blogspot.com and check out her handmade art glass tutorial, and she kind of walks you through the whole thing. But if you do have some of those, start saving these plastic packaging things. You can turn them into all kinds of things. This is definitely the coolest thing that I've found. The art glass is easy and it's fun, and it really does add a lot of spice to your art. I used some here on this painting that I did, and this is glass. It just gives it a nice shimmer. Kind of different from glitter, not quite the same thing. It's a very pretty shimmer. All right, we are going to set this aside and let it dry. Like I said, it's definitely not going to get dry by the time we finish, but let's go ahead and do a few more pieces, and then I'll show you what a pot of it looks like after you're done. This thing really, it works a whole lot better just taking your finger and kind of rubbing it onto the sheet. And then the thing is, after you've let it dry, then what you do is you cut it apart. And when you cut it apart, you paint it on both sides. So you'll want to let that side dry and then paint the other side. And then what you have is homemade art glass. And it looks something like this, and it's very, very, very pretty and really adds a whole lot to your art, and you are recycling that plastic packaging that a lot of us have a lot of. Next thing that we'll talk about is I'm using some packaging and some cardboard to make journaling cards and ATCs. I make these, again, out of, packaging that other things have come on, and that's a tag from some clothes. I have to tell you a funny story. I don't often buy. I'm a thrift store girl, so I don't often buy new things. But this was a gift from my sister for Christmas, which was so nice. And I'm so unaccustomed to new things that I went out of the house and I still had the the tag on the sweater. So I'm glad I wasn't really going anywhere, that I might have been stopped for shoplifting with that. This is some packaging from some washi tape. This was a sticker, the cardboard packaging from some vintage stickers. I bought those a long, long time ago. So any sort of packaging like this, like that, you can turn into elements for your art. You can turn them into, what I like to do is turn them into journaling cards. So let's look at what we have here. We have some things that we could turn into journaling cards, and then I have a few paper elements here that I could probably use. My friend Lorraine gave me a whole bunch of beautiful, beautiful paper that she had. So, let's use that, and let's go through these things really quick, and you can kind of see how to use. Sorry, I need my hole punch. How to reuse that packaging and make something really cool out of it. Okay, let's take this small element, and okay, that might look really cool on there, and we're just gonna grab a glue stick, and I've lost my glue stick. Oh, there it is, I found it. Under something, imagine that. Okay, and then just rub over this quite liberally with your glue stick, and I'll put some paper on top. Just give it a little rub right there, and then we can turn it over and cut around it, and that's one side of your tag. Okay. Quite easy. And again, you're repurposing something, and that's awesome. Okay, now we're going to glue stick over this. Isn't this paper pretty? I love stamps and letters and text elements. So nice. I'll cut around this. And the nice thing is that you already have like the hole punched in this too. There we go. You can kind of feel it with your hands, you know. Oh, there it is. And then we're going to punch this. Right there. Already had a hole punched in it. And you have a really nice little tag. A little journaling tag. What you might want to do is you know, finish this off with maybe just you know, a piece of a sticky note or notebook paper or whatever you want. I'll probably put some lined paper on here. I like to use the hole enforcers that we all used, you know, when we were in school, as an additional element in the top of the tags that I make. And to do these, I color the hole reinforcers. And I do that with, I have some of these old Recollections pens that I have used and used and used and used. They're just so cool. So I might do that. And this is something that you can pick up at a thrift store. You can pick up for something very, very cheap at a, you know, an office supply store. And then to give them just a little bit of extra coolness. I'm going to use a text stamp over the coloring. And you can paint these. I've painted them and I've sprayed them with like dilution spray, alcohol inks and things like that. I've used stamps on them as well. You can use like the Tim Holtz Distress stamp. Wait, I've got one right here. Here we go. So you could use something like that. No, just rub it across there. Okay, now, this is a very simple text stamp. That's what I'm going to use. I'll just do some stamping here. They turn out really cool. Love a good text stamp. Let me just peel these off here. And we can put them on our tag. It's nice to use them on both sides. Okay. Now, Lorraine also gave me some super cool ribbon. She had an envelope of all kinds of things, so I'm just going to take a little snip of this ribbon. Gosh, isn't that pretty? Got a maroon color. And put it through the top. There we go. And you've made a nice small journaling card that you can put inside your art journal. And you didn't have to throw anything away. You were able to reuse the cardboard packaging. So if you buy like, beads or elements, and it comes in a blister pack like this, then you can use the beads and elements, you can use the blister pack, and you can use the cardboard sleeve that usually comes with something like this. So, just very quickly, you were able to transform something, a piece of packaging, into something very, very pretty. So let's go for another one here. This is super lovely, just lovely, very, very pretty. So I am going to use this as a place for me to write, and I'm going to cover the other side. So let's grab the glue stick. Really give it a good amount of glue. I like these glue sticks. I've tried a lot of different glue sticks. This is an Elmer's Craft Bond, and boy does it work great. I've tried all different brands, and the Elmer's Craft Bond is just excellent. Put our paper up here and trim around it. You can add washi tape to this if you want to. Okay. Oops. All right. So we have a beautiful journaling card here. Let's go ahead and punch a hole in the top. And remember, you're working holes. How nice is that? Super cool. Excuse me, guys. Now I want to create one of the protectors for the top up here. So I'm going to just kind of speedily marker up a couple of these. And we'll do a little text stamp here. The text stamp really isn't showing up on the blue, but I kind of like the way that the text stamp showed up nicely on the white hole reinforcer, so I think I'll just use that instead of using the blue. Okay, that's kind of neat. Alright, we'll use the blue on the other side. Alright, cool. Uh-oh, some of that rubbed off. Alright, again, going back to this fabulous ribbon that Lorraine sent. We'll use a small piece of that. This is super thick, so I think that, isn't that beautiful? What I'll do here is just kind of cut that this way. Alright. There's a piece of tape right here, so let's take that off. Oh, it left such a cool edge right there. Kind of a frayed edge. I like frayed edges. Alright, and we'll mark that through there. Or you could, I'm not sure if I can get it through here, guys, but, if you had a skinnier ribbon, you could put it through there. Like that. Oh, it worked. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it through there. And there we go. So you've made a couple tags with elements that you may have just chucked in the trash when you bought your item in the blister pack. So we've used the blister pack for the art glass, and we've used the cardboard backing to make some super cool little journaling cards. The next thing that we're going to try is the stickers. And these, I use the stickers as distress elements. I get these in the mail. I mean, you get all kinds of solicitations, and sometimes they do have stickers, and you know, even things like you know, like those white address labels that you may have laying around. Anything like that is going to work. And we're doing the same technique that we did on the hole reinforcers. So basically it is, you're going to color the image. And let's color that with, let me try some of this. This is called Chile. This again is the Recollections pens, and it has a big brush end on it. And like I said, it's kind of older. I didn't want to use my beautiful new brushes, new markers on something like this. But you know, you can even, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So we're just kind of coloring this, because this is a sticker part as well. And then we'll get our text stamp here and ink that up. And, you know, you've got some textural kind of elements for your journals. The cool thing is that they just peel right off. So you kind of custom made your own little sticker here. So, and you can do that, like I said, with any kind of sticker that you get in the mail. So we've talked about our plastic packaging, our packaging and cardboard, and our stickers, and we've done a couple of cool journaling cards. The next thing is art trading cards. I don't know how many of you do this, but it is a 2.5 by 3 inch card. And you... it's like a small piece of art, and Lorraine gave me this awesome Kleenex box, which I love the, you know, I love the dots on it. So I'm going to use this to make a few art trading card blanks, and I've already made some here, so you can kind of, this is the size of an art trading card. It's the size of a playing card. And this is a canvas one. This is... I made this from some paper that I had on my desk, and I just glued that to the card. This is what an art trading card looks like, kind of when you start, when you do the background on it. This one isn't finished. This is an art trading card that I made from cereal boxes. So you paint the cereal box. And then I painted the back of it white and used a stamp to put some lines here. So I thought that this box that Lorraine gave me would make a... See, this is what I mean. She has such a great eye for design, and so she just sends the coolest stuff my way, and it's all kinds of fun for me to to work through the elements that she sends. So, and even this would make a super cool journaling card because it's blank on the inside, so you could write there. So don't throw those Kleenex boxes away. Alright, I'm just going to use this one as a template. Make ourselves a little art trading card. You can finish these in a lot of ways. I'll show you my collection of art trading cards so you can kind of get some ideas. These are the ones that I've done in the past. And they make such a nice gift. They make a lovely thing to put inside a greeting card, or they make just a nice little gift, a nice little note. Again, I didn't, all of this is from packaging and from beautiful things that I have been sent, and a couple swaps and that sort of thing. So use that packaging to make art trading cards, if you would like to make art trading cards. The other thing that I use a lot of, or I used to use a lot of, now I don't because I make my own bread. But when I bought bread, you know how bread always has these, they have these little plastic tabs on them, and that's not recyclable. So what I do with the plastic tabs is I stamp them. I have a small set of stamps, and I use these to kind of add a little bit of interest to these little tabs. And I even have some, like this one says hope. And because these are, these are tiny, I'm just stamp the word on there. You do have to let it dry for a minute. This one says dream. Again, it's something that would have gone in the trash, but it's not, you're not letting it go in the trash. You're using it again. You're reusing things. Okay. Just remember that this is the part that you'll glue in your journal. So, and I've also done some of these with the text stamp. And let me show you how that works out in your art journal. You can use it. Oh, I was thinking I had used it in here, but I don't think I have. So, I mean, what you'll do is you'll glue it into your journal. Let's put that one right there. You do have to let them dry, guys, because see, I smeared that. But that's okay. That is okay. Alright. So again, something that you may have thrown away that you have a new use for. It's kind of fun to get your kids in on this reuse game as well. Kind of makes them think, before they chuck things in the trash. Do let them dry. I kind of messed that one up by trying to handle it quickly. But then they make really awesome little tabs for your journals. My last thing to show you today is, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I thought, well, I'll take one apart and, let's see if we have a way to use some of the elements. Well, I see gears right now, right? Hey, that was easy to take off, you guys. That's amazing. Okay, so you have a little bit of wire here. So I think that you could probably, not sure how you would get the wire off. And I don't think that the plastic will totally come off this elevated piece right here. So yeah, definitely not going to come off, you guys. But I think that you could probably do something with this and make it into, maybe a raised element for something, for a journal. It definitely would be much lighter than working with metal gear. You might have a metal gear. Okay. Maybe that. Maybe some paint. Not sure. And then you've got this whole, I can see that being can see that being washi tape or some sort of border strip, maybe that you could paint that. Anyway, I'm always looking for ways to keep stuff out of the trash can. We do recycle a whole lot in this household. We recycle all of our boxes. We recycle glass, cans, most everything. We have very, very little trash at the end of the week, which is really neat because we are reusing, repurposing, recycling the things that come through our house. Thank you guys for listening. I know it was croaky, so I appreciate you listening today, and I want to see your recycle projects. So please feel free to post your recycle projects here. Thanks again for listening. Talk to you soon. Bye.